Imagine working for 40 years, putting money away every single month, watching your 401k grow, counting down the days until retirement, and then realizing it might not be enough. That fear? Millions of Americans in their 60s are feeling it right now, and according to one of America's most well-known financial experts, they should be. Welcome back. Today we are diving deep into one of the most uncomfortable conversations in personal finance. The truth about what your 401k can and cannot do for you in retirement. Dave Ramsey is a name most Americans know. He has written multiple New York Times best-selling books, built a financial education empire called Ramsey Solutions, and helped millions of families escape debt and build real wealth. But today, Ramsey has a warning, and it is one that a lot of people, especially those in their 60s, who are close to the finish line, really do not want to hear. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what Ramsey is warning about, why it matters, even if you are close to retirement, and what steps you can take starting today. Even if you feel behind, even if retirement is only a few years away, there is still time, but only if you act on this information. Let us start with Ramsey's most fundamental warning about 401ks, and it is this: having a 401k is not enough on its own. Full stop. Now here is why people in their 60s do not want to hear this. Many of them have spent their entire working career dutifully contributing to their 401k. It has become their retirement identity, their safety net, their plan A, and psychologically, admitting that the plan might have a flaw after 40 years is genuinely difficult. But Ramsey is not saying your 401k was a mistake. He is saying it was never designed to carry the entire weight of your retirement alone. Think of it this way. Imagine you are building a house. Your 401k is the foundation. It is absolutely critical. Without it, you have nothing to build on. But you cannot live in just a foundation. You need walls, a roof, and insulation. In retirement, those additional structures are things like a Roth IRA, a clear withdrawal strategy, a solid emergency fund, and a well-diversified investment portfolio. Ramsey specifically recommends opening a Roth IRA in addition to your 401k. And we will talk more about why in a moment. But first, let us address the elephant in the room. Here is the uncomfortable truth that millions of Americans are completely unaware of: Social Security, the retirement program that workers have paid into their entire lives, may not be able to pay full benefits by 2033. According to the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, the specific fund that pays out Social Security retirement benefits, if Congress does not make changes to the program, the fund could be depleted by 2033, and at that point, the program would only be able to pay approximately 77% of the benefits that were promised. Now let us put that number into real perspective. The average monthly Social Security benefit right now is approximately $2,071. For a single retiree, that is barely livable in most American cities. For a two-person household, a couple living together, that amount is barely above the federal poverty line. Now imagine that same check getting cut to 77% of what it already barely covers. That is roughly $1,595 per month, before Medicare premiums are deducted, before prescription costs, before rent or mortgage, before food. And for anyone watching this today who is planning to retire in the next 7 to 8 years, that 2033 deadline is not some distant future event. It is right around the corner. It is the year you might be celebrating, your first or second year of retirement. Now, will Congress fix Social Security before 2033? Possibly. Historical evidence suggests they have always intervened before. A complete collapse. But Ramsey's point is, this: would you bet your entire retirement on politicians making the right decision at the right time? That is why Ramsey's advice is clear. Social Security should be a bonus, a supplement to your retirement income, not the primary source. Because if it is your primary source and something goes wrong, you have no backup plan. This is the part of Dave Ramsey's advice that generates the most debate, even among financial experts, and it is something that people who are nearing retirement often find the most difficult to hear. Ramsey teaches that you should become completely debt-free before you start aggressively investing in your 401k. Yes, you heard that correctly. He recommends paying off all consumer debt first: car loans, credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, before maximizing your retirement contributions. He calls this the debt snowball method. You list all of your debts from the smallest balance to the largest. You attack the smallest one, with everything you have while making minimum payments on the rest. Once the smallest is gone, you roll that payment into the next one, and so on. The psychological momentum of paying off one debt after another builds motivation and confidence. Now, many financial advisors push back on this approach. They argue that the math does not work out in your favor, especially if your employer offers a 401k match. Walking away from free employer matching money, they say, is like leaving cash on the table. And mathematically, they have a point. If your employer matches 50% of your contributions, up to 6% of your salary, and you stop contributing to capture that match, you are giving up a guaranteed 50% return on your money. No investment will reliably beat that. But Ramsey's counterargument is behavioral and psychological. He argues that the stress of debt affects your decision-making, your relationships, and your ability to actually build wealth, and that once consumer debt is eliminated, people tend to build wealth faster because every dollar is working for them, not against them. For someone in their 60s who is close to retirement, this advice creates a genuine dilemma. Do you have time to pay off significant debt before you stop working? Maybe not entirely. But Ramsey's core principle still applies. The fewer monthly debt obligations you carry into retirement, the more flexibility you have. Because in retirement, your income is fixed. Your expenses cannot be flexible if your debt payments are eating your budget. If you are between the ages of 60 and 63, pay very close attention to this section, because the United States government recently passed a law specifically designed for people in your exact situation. It is called the Secure 2.0 Act, and it includes something called the Super Catch-Up Contribution. Here is how it works. Under normal rules, if you are over the age of 50, you are allowed to contribute an extra $8,000 per year to your 401k, on top of the standard annual maximum. This is called the catch-up contribution. It has existed for a while and is designed to help older workers accelerate their retirement savings. But the Secure 2.0 Act takes this even further for a specific window, ages 60 through 63. Starting in 2025, if you are in this age range, you can contribute an extra $11,250 to your 401k per year, on top of the already high standard contribution limit. Let us put that into real numbers. For 2025, the standard 401k contribution limit is $23,500. If you are over 50, you can add $8,000 on top of that, bringing your total to $31,500 per year. But if you are between 60 and 63, you can add $11,250, bringing your potential total to $34,750 per year. Now, if you are in this age range and you are feeling behind on retirement savings, this is one of the most powerful tools available to you right now. This is the government essentially saying, we know some of you are catching up. Here is a bigger window. Use it. But here is the key insight that Ramsey would add. Contributing the maximum only helps you if you understand the tax implications. And that leads directly into his next major recommendation. Here is something many people do not know about Dave Ramsey. Despite spending decades talking about 401ks, his personal preference is actually the Roth IRA. And once you understand why, it makes complete sense. A traditional 401k is funded with pre-tax dollars. That means you do not pay income tax on the money when you contribute it. You pay taxes when you withdraw it in retirement. For many people, that sounds great. You defer the tax bill until later. But here is the problem Ramsey highlights. In retirement, you have no control over what tax rates will look like in the future. If tax rates go up, and many financial experts believe, they will have to, given government debt levels, every dollar you withdraw from your traditional 401k could be taxed at a higher rate than you expected. A Roth IRA works differently. You contribute money that has already been taxed. Your investments grow tax-free. And when you withdraw money in retirement, assuming you are at least 59 and a half years old, and the account has been open for at least 5 years, you pay zero taxes on those withdrawals. Think about what that means in practical terms. Imagine you retire with $500,000 in a Roth IRA. You withdraw $40,000 per year in retirement. You owe the federal government nothing on that $40,000. Not 1 cent. Compare that to a traditional 401k, where that same $40,000 could be taxed at your ordinary income rate, potentially 15, 20, or even 22%. Ramsey also recommends diversifying your investments within your Roth, across growth funds, income-generating funds, and international funds, not just putting everything into one type of investment. but spreading your money across different categories so that you have multiple engines of growth working for you simultaneously. So we have talked about the warnings. Now let us talk about the practical side. How do you actually prepare for the transition from working life into retirement? Because emotionally and financially, this shift is one of the biggest your life will ever see. For decades, you have had a salary coming in, a predictable amount, every 2 weeks or every month. Retirement means that stops, and you transition to a fixed income, primarily made up of Social Security, 401k withdrawals, Roth IRA withdrawals, and any other investment income you have built. Ramsey recommends a powerful strategy to prepare for this transition. Start living on your projected retirement income before you actually retire. 2 or 3 years before your retirement date, calculate what your monthly retirement income will look like. Then, actually live on that amount. Put the difference into savings. Why does this work? 2 reasons. First, it shows you exactly whether your projected retirement income is actually livable before it is too late to course correct. Second, the additional money you save during those years adds a powerful buffer to your retirement funds. The other critical piece Ramsey emphasizes is having a dedicated emergency fund in retirement. This is separate from your investment accounts. It should be liquid, meaning you can access it immediately. It should cover at least 3 to 6 months of expenses. Why does this matter so much in retirement? Specifically, because without an emergency fund, any unexpected expense, medical bill, home repair, car replacement, forces you to withdraw from your retirement accounts. And early or excessive withdrawals can trigger taxes, penalties, and permanently reduce your nest egg. Now, Dave Ramsey's critics are vocal. They will tell you his math is not always optimal, that leaving employer matches on the table to pay off small debts is irrational, that his Roth first advice does not apply to everyone, and many of those critiques are mathematically valid. But here is the thing about personal finance, it is personal. Ramsey's approach works for millions of people, not because it is always the most mathematically optimal path, but because it is the path that people can actually follow. When prices are rising, when the economy is unpredictable, when the news seems constantly alarming, people crave clarity. They want a clear list of steps. They want someone to tell them what to do in what order. And that is exactly what Ramsey provides, a system. 7 baby steps, each one building on the last. No ambiguity. Here is the takeaway from today's video. Your 401k is a powerful tool, but it is not your whole plan. Social Security is a helpful supplement, but it is not your safety net. Debt is a retirement enemy. Clear it out before or during your working years. The Roth IRA offers something your 401k cannot: tax-free income in retirement. And if you are between 60 and 63, the Secure 2.0 Act gives you a supercharged window to catch up. Ramsey's ultimate goal for all of his listeners, and our goal for you, is a stress-free retirement. One where you are not counting pennies, not worrying about Social Security cuts, not losing sleep over market downturns, but one where multiple income streams support the life you have worked your entire career to build. If this video gave you value, hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps other people find content like this. Subscribe to Rise and Prosper for weekly personal finance content designed to help you build real wealth. And drop a comment below. Tell us, what is the biggest retirement concern you have? Right now, we read every single one.